Yes. Yes, please.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo.
Good morning. I am here on behalf of the government and people of Kaduna State to visit my brother, the Governor of Lagos State, and commiserate with him on the recent disturbances that took place in Lagos. Those of us that were seeing this on television or from a distance do not truly appreciate the gravity of the damage and the evil that has been wrought on public and private facilities in Lagos. Lagos accounts for nearly 1/3 of Nigeria's output and GDP, and it is really, really tragic that this kind of peaceful demonstrations have resulted in such violence, such destruction of public and private property, and destruction of confidence of the people and investors. I spent some time with the governor seeing some of the pictures of the destruction of police stations, shopping malls, public property like buses, courts, and local government offices. And I nearly shed tears. Anyone that cares about progress, about development, about jobs that our youths badly need, will cry and weep at what has been done. These public and private facilities were investments by the government and businesses to secure this territory, this city, and provide jobs for the young people that were protesting and showing their anger at police brutality. While showing anger at police brutality may be justified, but destroying public property, which will have to be rebuilt using the money that we need to invest in further infrastructure and creating an environment that will attract investors, I think is self-destruction. The young people that did this did it to themselves, because the government of Lagos and the federal government will have to invest money, scarce money, that would have been used for other new investments to rebuild this and compensate those that have lost their private property. I think it is very, very sad. I was telling the governor that is why we met as northern state governors, all 19 northern governors and the minister of FCT, and resolved that we will not allow this kind of thing to happen in our territory. We will do whatever it takes to ensure that this doesn't happen. And I want to advise the young people of Nigeria that you should not allow your dissatisfaction with the system or your anger to be channeled towards a destructive agenda like we have seen in Lagos. What has happened in Lagos is nothing but pure evil. We commiserate with all those that have lost loved ones or got injured. I particularly sympathize with the Nigerian police, because many of them were killed, and many police stations, according to the governor, over 20 police stations and outfits were destroyed. We all have issues with the police, but as I've always said, we have no other police than this one, and we have a duty to work together to make it better. We cannot destroy an entire institution because of the misconduct of a few. Every organization, every group of people has good people and bad eggs. And those of us that think that we don't need the police have seen the consequence of not having any police at all. We have seen very clearly it is better to have an imperfect police than to have no policing at all. And it is the duty of all of us as Nigerians to work together to ensure that we have a better police, through training, through better funding, through discipline so that the bad eggs are flushed out. We all have a duty to work on that. And I'm happy that the governor is the first state governor, I'm proud to be the second, to establish the panel of inquiry to look into this brutality. So anyone that has any issue or any complaints should please go and put out his complaint and not do it on the streets. Marching on the streets is the trigger for reform, but it will not reform the police. It is sitting and thinking of very hard solutions to the problems that will end up reforming the police. And we all want that. Please don't be any doubt about that. But please, I want to use this platform to appeal to everyone to eschew public protests and violence, because you cannot determine the outcome of what you started peacefully. What has happened in Lagos is a very clear example of that. You may have the best of intentions, but there are people out there with evil intentions and a different agenda. Again, I commiserate with the governor and people of Lagos State. We are all very concerned about what happened in Lagos. We are always concerned about whatever is happening in Lagos, because as I said, Lagos is nearly 1/3 of the Nigerian economy. We cannot joke with the safety, progress, and security of Lagos as Nigerians. I'm here to underscore this and to commiserate with my colleague, the governor of Lagos State, and the entire people of Lagos State. During this visit, I will also visit the Oba of Lagos, my father Kabiyesi, and greet him and commiserate with him. We've spoken on the phone, but I have to come personally and thank him. I also want to thank the governor of Lagos for intervening and getting my father, Kabiyesi Awujale of Ijebuland, out of danger. He told me how you personally got him out of the hotel when it was attacked, and I want to appreciate. I don't know whether you know how close I am to Awujale of Ijebuland, but he is the closest thing to a biological father to me. And whatever you do to Kabiyesi, you're doing to me, Your Excellency. I'm very, very grateful. I want to commend you for the proactive actions you took. You've done all that could be done to ensure that this destruction does not take place. I am very, very sad that this has taken place. And I want to say here that we all support you in getting Lagos back on track. I congratulate you for signing the executive order, and I assure you whatever support you need from us to ensure that Lagos is rebuilt as quickly as possible, you will have it, because Lagos is at the heart of Nigeria's economy, and we cannot joke with that or allow this kind of destruction to take place ever again. Thank you, and God bless you.
This is the kind of collaboration that we did require in this country. Gentlemen of the press, so this morning I have the honor and the privilege to have received in Lagos House Marina my colleague, my brother, I call him my Egbon, because we compete a lot, healthy competition in the council for in Governors Forum. And that's really what we stand for, is healthy competition, is things that can bring about development, meaningful development for our people. Malam Nasir El-Rufai, thank you very much again, sir, for finding out time to be here with us this morning. I think you've said it all. I think we indeed appreciate and we want to thank you for your time, for your very sincere thoughts, for your very very encouraging and soothing words that they've used this morning, and for the very way in which you've condemned, all of the things that we've seen. You've admonished the people that need to admonish. You've encouraged the people that need to be encouraged, and you were clear in your thought process to explain clearly what you've seen. I want to say that for us in Lagos, it's about looking forward. It's about ensuring that the people that think they can divide us, they've come to a wrong place. They've started a wrong conversation in which we will not let them fester. We have started rebuilding, we have started re-engagement, we have started collaboration, we have started ensuring that the words, the very silent words that the real protesters said, is not lost on us. I mean, we'll take on those points very seriously, but we're also not going to make this place comfortable for people who do not have any means to be here and who deliberately would want to subvert, or bring about destructions to our people. So we'll be clear in that. But for us, it's really about moving forward and ensuring that all of the very businesses that have been affected very, very quickly, how can we get them back on track? We know that indeed it's very difficult. It's extremely, extremely very difficult. The government has assured them, even if we cannot meet 100%, we've started conversation. We're doing extensive enumeration. So we're taking stock. We're reviewing and we're looking at how and in what ways can we intervene. That is going on. And we're also looking at, all of the government businesses that have been disrupted extensively. How do we quickly get them settled down? It's a fairly long journey. We know that these are things that have been built over centuries. The oldest court in the country, for example, we don't even know where to start from. But we're encouraged with the kind of words that you have said and others have also come and brought to us to say that indeed Lagos will come out bigger, stronger, better, out of this. And we will not lose the lessons of it. We will begin a more resilient, a more purposeful engagement, not only with our youth, but with our entire citizens. Because for us as a state, we know how critical Lagos is to our nation, and we do not have any other place. We do not certainly have any other place. And so we'll continue to ensure that we provide an ambience where businesses can thrive, international businesses, investors can indeed know that it's an unfortunate incident, and we are doing everything to ensure that it doesn't repeat itself, so that we can build those confidence and those trust back to that international community. And more importantly, to our police. Like you said, no matter how bad it is, the effect of no policing at all, we've all seen it. And so what we need to do is to pick the pieces together, encourage them, and let them get back to their constitutional role, their constitutional work as soon as possible. The Inspector General of Police was here 2 days ago, and a whole lot of well-meaning, concerned citizens of this country are continuing to encourage us. And so to once again encourage the men of the Nigerian Police Force, Lagos State Command, to come out, to say that the government is with them, ensure that they continue to render that service that all of us, want them to, and also not to lose the imports, the very small number of them that has brought about the police brutality. The judicial panel is on, it's live, it has started. I think they're sitting again today, and we do not have any interactions with them. They have absolute autonomy, they have absolute decisions as into how they run, who they invite, who they call, when they meet, how they have absolute autonomy. And we're hoping and we're believing that when they bring out their reports, and that it will be useful to all of us, not only in the state, but in the nation. And so I want to thank you again. I want to thank you indeed for making out the time to be with us this morning. I want to say and pray that, we don't have any other country. I want to pray that our country will not witness this kind of, unnecessary wanton destruction again. And indeed, Lagos does not deserve it. We need to be able to build, opportunity for our youth. We need to be able to give them, that enabling environment for them to thrive, to do well, provide, a better living for them. They are the leaders today, like they've said, and we want them to take their rightful position, and so we'll continue to engage them. We'll continue to work with them, and I want to thank you. I want to thank your team, and I want to thank the gentlemen of press that have covered this morning's simple event. Thank you very much.